Hey everyone, you're watching the behind the scenes for Time Control, a film about the guy who has the power to control time, and maybe for not the best reasons. Click here to watch the video to catch up, or the link in the description. I've always been a big fan of doing what should otherwise be impossible in really cool ways, and time control is one of those things. So I figured out that doing a film like this would be a really good installment to my YouTube series. One interesting fact about this film is that this is the biggest cast I've ever worked with to date. The most challenging part of this film wasn't actually the visual effects for once, it was actually trying to get access to a location. The scene where I go in a shop and I steal the person's chocolate bar when I freeze time was actually the hardest shot to get. The biggest problem was we didn't have planned consent to film in a shop, so we had to kind of go around and just kindly ask the managers if we could just, shoot for a couple of seconds in their stores, and we got turned down time and time again by managers, and they kept saying things like you're diverting customers away and stuff like that, which was understandable to a certain extent, but also kind of not, because we were there for a couple of seconds and we explained it to the people, but they did not judge. However, there was a very kind lady who worked in a newsagent store, which is kind of like a small little store that kind of sells chocolates and those kind of things, and she was kind of annoyed, but she actually let us film if we were very quick, so that was pretty cool. I went in, I bought a chocolate bar, and that's how I was able to go in and eat the chocolate bar off him without actually really being caught or arrested or anything. The next hardest thing was actually filming the bank scene, and there are kind of many ways of why it went worse than it went good, although it went good because, we got the scene in the end, which is kind of the main thing. But the bad thing about being an indie filmmaker and not actually booking out a location is that the sheer amount of public people going in and out that door was crazy. There was such a small time frame that we actually had to film with nobody on there, and that's where we had to get our actor, Kieran Evans, great actor by the way, to come on and pretend to be the manager per se. And also while we were filming, the actual manager came on and got angry with us and told us we couldn't film there. And I was kind of worried at first and preparing to just accept my fate and pack my bags. But one of the people on set, I can't remember which person it was. If you're watching this and it was you probably know who you are, but he decided to argue back to the guy and say it was public property, which I'm really unsure if it actually is or not. And the guy went away and just didn't come back, so we were able to successfully shoot this, and in the end it went well. If you notice, there's actually something quite different with this video and quite stylistic. Well, it's that I got a brand new lens. I got a 50mm f1.8 from Canon, and basically if you don't know what this is, most filmmakers will know what this is, and if you're not a filmmaker, which is fine, this is a nice lens, not the best lens in the world, but the f1.8 is basically the depth of field, which means blurry background in other words. So that's why this these shots in this film look a lot nicer than before, and the background's kind of blurry and that kind of stuff, and it's generally just very, very nice glass. But that's pretty much it. Be sure to follow me on all my social media, check out my store by clicking on the screen on the end of the video or the link in the description. Thank you for watching.